I guess the theme of the day is stop electing stupid people to high office. Stop electing stupid people to high office who then in turn nominate and get confirmed to their positions other stupid people. People who are mired in conspiracy theory, driven by wild, unrealistic ideas about how the world works. People who are in a position, I'm talking about RFK Jr., by the way, to run our healthcare system, to control policy based on what the United States recommends or allows you to take as medicine, to get as a vaccine. This is someone who thinks all vaccines are dangerous. He said it, he said it, he said it, he said it. He'll deny it because he's a liar, but he is an anti-vax kook. And I have two clips here from their little weird cabinet meeting where they go around the horn and just lather Donald Trump up and just they're doing the double fist dance, except it's actually on Donald Trump. It's all very, very weird and gross. An embarrassment for the United States to have this as an international spectacle every time they get around Donald Trump. There was one point where, I'm not going to play a clip of it, but Marco Rubio talked to Donald Trump as though he has just ushered in an era of peace on the globe, and the entire cabinet started applauding. It's just fucking weird. But in this clip, it's RFK rambling again about Tylenol and how dangerous it is. And all he does is out himself as a know-nothing, as an abject moron about basic biology, basic things that you learn in sex ed in 5th or 6th grade in the United States. Thinking that babies are in the placenta and not in the uterus. Like just basic shit. That this moron, a dumb guy, put in charge of health and human services. And then we're going to go on, and he's talking about circumcision being related to autism, and that if you get circumcised early, as though people are going in at 70 years old en masse to get snipped, to get circumcised. What are we doing? Who is this person? Why is he in charge of anything? He needs an apple box to stand on a corner of a street and start screaming about Jesus and the apocalypse. He doesn't need to be in charge of our health infrastructure. Let's start with the placenta nonsense. Watch this.
And they are doing that. And it was a profound success. It will affect every American for 100 years. And you should be getting bipartisan accolades on that. I'll say one other thing about Tylenol, only because of this. This morning before I came in here, somebody showed me a TikTok video of a pregnant woman at 8 months pregnant. She is an associate professor at the Columbia Medical School. And she is saying F Trump and gobbling Tylenol with her baby in her placenta. And the level of Trump derangement syndrome has now left political landscapes, and it is now in the realm of pathology. And a mother could overwhelm millions of years of maternal instinct to put her baby at risk. And all you have to do is look at the studies which you and I talked about. It's not dispositive that causes autism. But it is so suggestive that anybody who takes this stuff during pregnancy, unless they have to, is irresponsible. There are 15 rodent studies.
Trump derangement syndrome is an actual prognosis. We're gonna shut up. You are stupid. I saw a TikTok and now it's really upset me. Gobbling Tylenol with her baby in her placenta? What are we doing here? This is disqualifying. This isn't misspeaking, because the next clip I'm getting ready to play took place 2 minutes later or so after they ramble back and forth about Tylenol, and Donald Trump starts giving the pronouncements about not taking Tylenol. And then RFK jumps back in with his dick snipping talk about when you get circumcised early, as though that's not when it's done normally anyway. What goes on in his head? The problem is he cannot be compelled to let us know. We have to extrapolate through all of the conspiracy, the mire and the swamp of idiocy that just flows freely from his worm brain, his amoeba-eaten nonsense gray matter. Watch this.
And some other things, but I would say don't take Tylenol if you're pregnant, and when when the baby is born, don't give it Tylenol. If you can avoid it at all, just don't give it Tylenol.
I'll say
Really,
this.
what do you have to lose? You really don't have much to lose. Yeah, go ahead.
There's many other confirmation studies. There's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. It's highly likely because they're given Tylenol. Oh, none of this is dispositive, but all of it is stuff that we should be paying attention to.
But there's a tremendous amount of proof or evidence, I would say, as a non-doctor, but I've studied this a long time ago. I met Bobby in my office 20 years ago. We were talking about the same thing 20 years ago. And I was a real estate developer. It bothered me that it seemed to be getting worse. But
what are we to make of this? What are we to come away with this when you talk to the president who's obviously not a medical professional? How did he phrase it? I would say as a non-doctor, yeah, no shit you want to inject bleach, that you're a non-doctor. You want to shine light up into your asshole to cure COVID? We know you're a non-doctor. You're a non-smart person. You're a non-elementary understander of words. We get it. And you have been, the American people, a preponderance of the voters, saw fit to put you in place because I guess eggs were expensive. And now we might not be able to have the vaccines that we need. Children might be restricted from getting vaccinated while measles is on the rampage in Texas, in South Carolina. There are new cases every day of this highly infectious, one of the most infectious viruses out there. And people fall. They succumb to this nonsense because it's spoken with such confidence about the placenta and the circumcisions. What do you do? Look, I don't know. I wish I had answers. I wish I had the ability to just give this overarching 30,000 foot view with solutions. But as an electorate, our only solution is to look to the midterms and get out there and get your family and friends and coworkers and acquaintances, people you meet at the bus stop, talk to people about this election and what the most important issues are to you. If you got to create a folder on your phone with video evidence of the things that people don't know or believe because they don't follow the news enough, do that. But it's going to be on all of us to communicate these ideas and the very real threat to all of us, especially related to health, because the next pandemic is just right around the corner. And we've got preventative policy. We've got funding to track the next infections, the next possible pandemic. We just stopped doing it because, like Donald Trump said during the first pandemic that he faced down as a president. The reason we have more COVID than anybody is because we test, as though people don't have COVID if they don't actually test positive for COVID. Again, the bleach light guy, the non-doctor as he self-described. Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this conversation. Let's have it in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. If you're on Facebook, make sure you've liked and followed the page there, Dollemore Daily. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. It's free, and you can do both on both. Huh? That's a nice little treat, right? I like to give back to the audience, and that's what I'm giving back to you. You can subscribe. You can go like and follow the Facebook page. Oh, I'm a dipshit. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go. We got a trip we're leaving for. It's a business work / leisure trip next week. I'll be leaving Wednesday. We're going to have a guest host. Should I announce now? I'll announce next week. It's going to be good. It's somebody who recently interviewed the former president of the United States, Barack Obama. Let the speculation run wild. Anyway, I'll see you next time, you guys. I love you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.